GitHub Copilot. When I first heard of it, I didn't know whether to feel excited to get a new superpower or scared to lose my job to an AI. So of course, when I got invited into the technical preview, well, I hesitated for a second and then I jumped balls deep into it. I've now been using it for months. It's a great power, but with great power comes great responsibilities. Let's talk about it. Microsoft bought GitHub in 2018 and partnered with OpenAI in 2019. A year later, OpenAI announced GPT-3, a language model trained on trillions of words from the internet, and gave an exclusive license to Microsoft for them to commercialize it through an API on Azure. Now, what could Microsoft do with the biggest public code database on internet and one of the most advanced text-generative AI? GitHub Copilot. It's a code completion tool trained on millions of public GitHub repositories, including yours, and now training with millions of users that install the Copilot extension on their IDE. What is impressive about it is that it doesn't just suggest existing code snippet living somewhere else on the internet, but it actually generates novel code based on your project context and the descriptive inputs you give it. So let's say you've been too lazy to learn regular expressions in the last 10 years. Well, Copilot can extract the domain name from a URL and then test the regular expression it just wrote. But of course, it has limitations, and right now you absolutely need to review every line Copilot generates for you. Okay, so now that we know what GitHub Copilot is and what model it relies on, let's discuss about the impact it might have on the dev ecosystem. To answer that question, let's look at the tools we're currently using with a use case that can be partially or completely fulfilled by Copilot.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
I believe that the question and answer type of website like Stack Overflow might lose in popularity, because if you look at the 10 most voted JavaScript questions, 5 of those can already be answered by GitHub Copilot from your IDE. I also believe that utility libraries like Lodash could be impacted because Copilot will reliably write standard utility functions in an instant without the need for an additional external library. Though as you can see, it still has some major improvements to work on. Finally, the biggest change to the dev ecosystem is that GitHub Copilot might be replacing the devs sometime soon, or at least that's what people say. My opinion is that we shouldn't fear the technological breakthrough, but we should fear the company that owns it. And here is the moral dilemma. Use the tool to keep up with others already using it and contribute to the technological breakthrough it embodies, or dismiss it to prevent a single company from benefiting from it.
Linda.
And that is actually the perfect timing to talk about the alternatives to GitHub Copilot. First up is Tabnine. It used to be the go-to AI completion tool. It exists since 2019 and is based on GPT-2. Next up is Kite. It is a less popular choice but offers additional features like documentation lookup for Python. However, both of those tools only offer inline suggestions and they don't feel as snappy and in my opinion are lagging behind Copilot at the time of making this video. And that is all I wanted to cover about GitHub Copilot. I hope you enjoyed the video and that you learned something new, or maybe it made you think. In any case, I'm planning to make many more, so feel free to subscribe and give it a like. It will help me tremendously in the future. Stay safe and see you soon.